Beginning, the outcast of Station Epsilon. The first time I saw her, she was sitting alone under the violet glow of the reactor dome, sketching circles in the condensation on the glass. Her name was Sera'nai, but everyone on Station Epsilon-9 called her the Marked One. It wasn't that she was violent or strange. It was her skin. Pale, iridescent, and traced with glowing silver scars that pulsed faintly beneath the surface like threads of starlight. The other cadets said those markings were a reminder of what her kind, the Lyrians, did during the Orion War. We were cadets in the Interstellar Alliance Academy, trained to maintain peace between humans and the alien species that once fought each other. But peace didn't erase prejudice, it just buried it beneath uniforms and protocol. Sera'nai kept to herself. She ate alone. Trained alone. Even her sleeping quarters were sealed to maintain a specific atmospheric blend her species required. And yet, every time I saw her quiet, graceful eyes reflecting the endless void, I couldn't look away. Her scars fascinated me. Not because they were alien, but because they seemed alive. One night during maintenance duty, I found her in the observation deck, the same place where the stars spilled across the horizon like liquid diamonds. She didn't notice me at first. Her hands were pressed against the glass, and her scars shimmered brighter than usual. "They react to starlight," she said softly when she realized I was there. "Lyrian scars absorb cosmic radiation. A reminder that we are born from the stars." There was a tremor in her voice, pride mixed with pain. Before I could reply, a group of cadets walked in behind us, laughing. "Careful, human," one of them jeered. "Get too close, and she'll brand you with those freak marks." They laughed louder when she lowered her gaze. I clenched my fists, wanting to speak, but she simply turned and walked away. That night, guilt kept me awake. I had seen fear in her eyes, the kind only someone used to cruelty carries. I swore then that I'd never stay silent again. The bond beyond species. Days passed. We were assigned to the same training squadron, piloting simulation fighters through asteroid belts. Sera'nai was efficient, precise, better than anyone else. But when one of the cadets intentionally diverted her ship's oxygen feed mid-simulation, her craft spiraled and crashed into the docking bay wall. When I reached her, smoke filled the chamber. Her breathing was shallow. The glowing scars across her skin flickered, dimming like dying stars. I didn't think. I just acted. I tore open the emergency compartment and released star plasm serum, a stabilizer designed for Lyrian physiology. I injected it into her bloodstream. Her pulse steadied. Her eyes opened, twin galaxies staring into mine. "You knew the dosage," she whispered weakly. "I read your file," I admitted. "I wanted to understand you." For the first time, she smiled. From that day, something changed between us. She began sitting with me in the cafeteria. We shared stories, hers about the luminous seas of Lyria, mine about Earth's lost oceans. She told me her scars were not from war, but from rebirth. When Lyrians reached maturity, their bodies underwent a transformation called the celestial rite, a fusion of light and DNA. Some survived. Many didn't. The ones who did bore the glowing patterns, maps of their rebirth. But humans saw them as mutations. And so she hid them under long sleeves and dim light. Until one night, we were assigned to a recon mission on the mining colony of Vasta 4, investigating strange energy readings. The planet was barren, a wasteland of obsidian rock and red lightning storms. Our shuttle malfunctioned during descent. We crash-landed near a fissure that radiated cosmic energy. Communications were dead. Supplies limited. As night fell, the temperature dropped sharply. I could see my breath crystallize. "We won't survive long," I muttered, checking the power cells. Sera'nai looked at the fissure, then back at me. "The energy here, it's Lyrian in nature. It could recharge our systems. But it's dangerous. She removed her gloves, revealing the full map of her glowing scars. They pulsed with rhythm, resonating with the fisher's light. "What are you doing?" I asked. "Channeling it," she said. "My body can absorb cosmic radiation for a while. It might restart the power cells." She placed her palms on the ground. Her body lit up like a constellation. The air shimmered with energy. I watched in awe, terrified and mesmerized at once. Then she screamed. The energy was too strong. Her body convulsed, and I rushed forward, pulling her back. Her skin burned with light, the scars glowing fiercely, crackling like molten silver. Without thinking, I held her. My arms around her trembling frame. The energy stabilized, flowing through her, into me, then into the power cells. The shuttle lights flickered back to life. We both collapsed, exhausted, breathing heavily in the faint hum of restored power. Her head rested against my shoulder, the glow of her scars illuminating the darkness around us. "They'll never understand," she whispered. "To them, I'll always be the monster who glows." I turned her face toward mine. "Then they're blind." My hand brushed across one of the scars, a luminous streak running from her cheekbone to her neck. It was warm, alive, like touching the heartbeat of a star. Her eyes widened. And I kissed her. For a moment, everything, the cold, the silence, the fear, vanished. Only her warmth, her light, her trembling breath remained. When I pulled back, the scars on her face pulsed in response, not painfully, but beautifully, like they were singing. "They reacted to you," she whispered. "No one's ever touched them without fear." "They're not scars," I said quietly. "They're stars." Climax, the judgment of the stars. We were rescued 3 days later. But word of what happened spread quickly. The sensors had recorded our energy readings, and the Academy officials accused Sera'nai of tampering with alien tech, endangering human life. They called it treason. She was to be exiled from the Alliance, stripped of her rank, and sent back to Lyria in disgrace. I tried to defend her, told them I witnessed her saving my life, saving the mission. But the tribunal didn't care. The room was filled with murmurs, prejudice hiding behind protocol. When they asked her if she had anything to say, she stood tall. Her glowing scars were hidden beneath her uniform, but her voice carried strength. "If my light offends you," she said, "then it is because your hearts have grown too dark to see." The tribunal erupted. She was removed from the chamber. That night, I found her near the shuttle bay, preparing to leave. The same violet glow from the reactor dome painted her skin in shifting shades of silver and blue. "I can't let you go like this," I said. "You can't stop them," she replied softly. "Humans aren't ready to see beauty in what they fear." She reached up and touched my cheek. "But you did." Tears stung my eyes as I realized I might never see her again. "You don't deserve exile," I said. "You deserve to shine." Her lips curved faintly. "Then remember me not as the outcast, but as the light that found you." The engines roared to life, drowning her words. Before she turned to leave, I stepped forward and kissed her once more. Her scars flared brilliantly, casting light across the hangar. The soldiers stopped and stared not at her shame, but at her radiance.